Hi, my name is Ron Cook and I'm an attorney. I wanted to take a few minutes and explain a couple things that are available to you on the DMV website. If you take a look at the top of the page, you'll see the DMV website location, and this is for penalties for alcohol or drug-related violations. I wanted to take a moment and explain a couple distinctions with which there seems to be some confusion on the different charges. The first one is driving while intoxicated. That's also known as DWI, and that's when there's a 0.08 blood alcohol content level. It's also known as BAC, and this has to do with the non-commercial drivers, and it's 0.04 blood alcohol content for commercial vehicle drivers. So there's also something called aggravated DWI, and that's where the blood alcohol level is 0.18 as opposed to 0.08, so 0.18 or higher. And then there's something that's called DWAI. That's where you're between 0.05 blood alcohol but less than 0.07. That's its own category. And then there's DWAI/drug that has to do with driving impaired with a drug, say like marijuana. And then there's also a DWAI combination, where that could be a combination of drugs and alcohol. And then the website also discusses what happens if there's a chemical test refusal. New York has a zero tolerance law that has to do with driving 21 years of age and less than 21 years of age, and if you drive with a blood alcohol level of 0.02 to 0.07, that violates what's called a zero tolerance law. So that's just a quick overview of the different types of charges. Also on this same website, let's scroll down, it shows you the penalties. So on the left column, it gives you a rundown of the various violations. In the second column over, the mandatory fine, and the third is the mandatory jail term where applicable, and the mandatory driver license action. In other words, how long your license can be revoked for. So this actually goes on for a couple pages, and then at the very bottom it gives you a listing of the additional penalties that potentially could come into play, and then there's a link to additional information. So if you've been charged with an alcohol or drug related violation, take a look at this site, read it carefully so that you get an idea of what's involved.